Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am creating another Free Looks One Palette video for the new Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette. If you haven't watched the first video, I created 3 bold looks with this one, and I do the swatches and we do like swatches comparisons as well. So if you haven't watched it already, I will link it right here, or at the end of this video you will have a little rectangle with like the photo of the video, so you can click on the icon and it will start the video. But for this one, I wanted to create 3 looks that are easy looks, you know, easy to wear, easy to create, easy to wear, you know, for most people. I know a lot of people are comfortable with colors, so don't call me out on that, but you know what I mean, like something that is not too intimidating to wear if you want to go to work, or if you have like a little dinner, something, a get together. Because there are a lot of bright colors and there are 28 eyeshadows in this little guy here. So I have a full review in the other video too, but it costs $170. The pans are the size of a Sunrise palette. Lots of eyeshadows, 1 new formula. If you want to see how to create another 3 looks with this palette, please keep on watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can also follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to ring the little bell right here and to watch the video in HD. And without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, good morning. I haven't slept well. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I could not go back to sleep. I'm actually testing out a powder foundation that Vani-t Australia sent me very kindly. They sent me a bunch of products actually, and I'm testing out. I'll do a separate video for it to show you how it applies and everything. I have the mineral powder foundation in the shade Almondine or Almondine. They sent me a little brush here. I used their bronzer too, and I have to say, I'm quite impressed. I set it with my Morphe mist, but they actually sent me another mist here, a Ready Set Glow. So I'll do a separate video, but I am surprised to look that glowy with a powder foundation. So stay tuned for that. I also used for the first time the Josie Maran Vibrancy Concealer in the shade Light. I really like it actually, and I applied it before my powder foundation. But anyway, it's not about that. So as I promised in my previous video for the Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna create more looks, and looks that are easier to wear on an everyday routine. So we're gonna attempt that today. And yes, I posted the video. I couldn't sleep, so I uploaded the video this morning at 4 a.m. So if you haven't watched my previous video, this is how the palette looks like. You have 28 eyeshadows. You have a lot going on. Yes, it's a bit intimidating, as I said previously. So I'm gonna take the shade Rope. I'm just gonna really grossly like place it in my crease in the outer corner. This one is a powder formula. There's some cream formulas here, cream to powder formula that I really like. And what is interesting is like you can mix both. You can mix the powder and the cream to powder. It doesn't matter. If you bought this palette, what is your favorite shade here, or shade combo? Are you using the little quads, or are you following, you know, the lines? Because often, like I said, like she's like trying to lay out the shades so it creates like nice looks. Or like yesterday for my first look, I used that row mainly. I really like the first row actually. I think I'm gonna use the shade Azoic. I really like that shade too actually. Really pretty by itself, but also combined with other shades. And I'm using a Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. Is the light a bit too bright? Since it's not very nice outside, it's not super sunny. I don't know. Let's see, it's very pigmented and so easy to work with. It's crazy how fast you can blend that shade. Let's use the shade Mas or nice. In the outer corner, I'm gonna try Rhizome, kind of a mustardy shade too, actually. See how it looks in the inner third. It's a pretty color, very fall. I think this palette is beautiful for fall season. It's not like one season palette, but I'm feeling really inspired to do fall makeup with it. Very pretty. That's a pure cosmetics brush. And let's see, for the inner corner, well, of course the shade Queen is obvious. That's a very nice inner corner highlight shade, and I'm applying it dry. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit under the brow bone as well. Azoic again, and I'm gonna go to the lower lash line with it. I don't want to do anything too intense. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of that shade, Rhizome. Very gently, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of Antique, just a tiny bit along my lash line. You don't have to, just for the purpose of the video, not too much. In the waterline, I'm gonna apply a brown. If you have small eyes, you want to open them, you can use a nude shade, but I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eye Crayon in the shade Brown Out. I'm gonna tight line and put some mascara, and I'll be back with the finished look. And that is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. Very easy to wear. You can wear that at the office too. I don't think it's too much. Just tight line a little bit with a crayon, a black crayon under the upper lashes. Just make the lashes look fuller. And I really like how it turned out. It's nice, it's warm, it's easy to wear, it's fast. I can do that in like 5 minutes. Let's jump onto the second look. London fog, baby. Another day, another look. And yes, I'm wearing my turtleneck. Back to it. I love it. This is Uniqlo. I don't know if you ever shopped at Uniqlo, but I love their sweaters. I love their turtlenecks there. So yeah. Turtleneck season has officially started. I feel like playing with the shade Noble today, so we're gonna try to create something around that. I cleaned all my brushes, so we're good to go. Good to go. So I think I'm gonna use that shade so much, Azoic. I already used it in my other video. Love that shade. Love that shade. So I'm gonna use a Morphe M441 blending brush. And you know what? I didn't put any primer on my lid. Totally forgot. That's okay. I don't know why she didn't put a black shadow. That's the only thing really that I think is missing. Now you can always use your creamy eye pencil, like a black pencil, as a base if you want. I'm gonna use a BH Cosmetics 102 brush, and we're gonna dig into the shade Noble. Oh, so nice. And this is applied dry. I have a little friend here. Touched it, poked it. Now he's here forever. Tap, 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 and then swipe. Such a pretty color, Noble. Taking my first brush again, and I am blending the edges. I'm gonna go to the shade Rope. So easy to blend once again. You see, this is nice, subtle, like easy to wear. I know when you look first at the palette, you don't necessarily think that you can create something subtle with it, but no, you can. You can. Okay, I'm taking a Sigma E45 tapered blending brush. Let's go to the shade Antique. And let's intensify a tiny bit the outer corner and the crease. Okay, camera stopped, so I just quickly fixed my eyebrows. I did my makeup super early this morning, guys, so the base is not great, okay? It's okay. La, 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 la. You know what, let's do the lower lash line quickly. I'm gonna go with Noble again. Let's actually re-intensify a tiny bit here. That color, Noble, I think will look pretty on every eye color. Just gonna use a tiny bit of the shade Queen in the inner corner. Actually, I want to show you quickly. So I just put a little bit of the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Damsel. It's like a dark brown in the waterline. And I already tightlined this morning with a black pencil under the upper lashes. I just want to try like to intensify the upper lash line and maybe wing it a tiny bit. So for this, I'm going to use a tiny brush to smudge it, to blend it, but I think I want to do that with you. It's going to be a bit tricky, but let's see. I'm going to try to look in the monitor. Okay, and smudge it. Alright, and the eyes are done. So pretty. It's easy. Only use, I think I use what, 3 shades? Can't remember, 3 or 4. But super quick to realize. And then I just did a little bit of a wing with the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Damsel, like that very dark brown. And then I use my fiber mascara that I talked about already. If you haven't seen the video, I will put it right here, or I will link the product down below, and I have a code too, a discount code. This is the Mia Adora 3D Fiber Mascara little set here. So you get a magnifying gel and a dry natural fiber wand, so you have to use both. I have a full tutorial that I will link right here, but this gives me like crazy lashes. If you know my channel, you see that I don't really often use false lashes, and I just love that thing. Look at that. Anyway, so this is the eye look. Super simple, but I think it's very pretty. And I just wanted to quickly try for the first time with you on camera the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Beatrice. I finally got it. If you haven't seen my other videos, like I've tried Michelle, I've tried Natasha. So this is the packaging, really sleek, and it's magnetic too. Ooh, more pinky than Michelle. A bit lighter actually. Pretty, very pretty. Yeah, really like it. I think it looks good. I could put a gloss on top of it, but I like it like that. So yeah, that is the second look. What do you guys think? I love it. That's the kind of look I could wear every day. I feel good. I don't want to say a sexy look. I don't like that term, like sexy, but it's just, it's nice. It's pretty, it's chic, you know, and yeah, super easy to create too. So once again, shadows blended perfectly, performed perfectly, and I used everything dry. So yeah, there you have it. Let's jump onto the third look. All right, third and last look. I think I'm gonna start with the shade Pure. I'm using my Luxie large eye blending brush number 250 in the outer corner and drag it onto the crease. I'm placing it like really roughly, like on my lid and my crease, just to give a little base. Very pretty color too. Cream to powder formula, super easy to blend and to build the intensity of the color. So pretty. Since I got that palette, guys, I've been using it every day. And there it is, we're done. We could. But I'm gonna work a bit harder for this video for you guys. But on some days, honestly, I could just use one shade, that shade, and poof, put a bit in the lower lash line, a little something in the waterline, mascara, and done. I really love that Luxie brush, so soft. The bristles are perfect for this kind of formula. Put right away the same shade on the lower lash line. I'm gonna go to the shade Antique to intensify the outer corner with a Morphe R30 brush. And slowly drag whatever is left on the brush into the crease. Tiny bit, just to do the link right here. Then I wanted to try to use that red claret for this look, just to show you that we can use it like in a very subtle way. So I'm gonna keep the same brush, just take the other side, and I'm just gonna do a very light dab onto claret, that red, and I'm gonna place it on the outer corner on top of Antique and slowly drag it towards the center of the lid. Once again, I went really light with this color. I just want a light wash of it. This color is actually really pretty, and it can be really subtle if you want. If I had applied claret with my finger, it would have been more red, obviously. I swatched the colors once again in the other video if you want to see, take a look at the swatches. Now I'm going to use the shade Crest. I'm going to use a Morphe N224 brush. I'm going to use the shade Dry first. Very pretty color. I want to see how it looks wet. Okay, take a little bit of Crest on the lower lash line, in the center, and in a third. Apply a tiny bit more of the first shade we used, Antique, Pure, in the crease. I'm gonna look straight in the mirror. This is more like an evening look we're doing, but like still easy to wear, I think, even though the colors are a bit more fiery, it's still easy to wear. Okay, taking that first brush, blending the edges. I think I want to use a bit of a shade Elena. Hopefully it's not a mistake to use that in the inner corner. It's quite orangey. You know what, I'm actually going to drag a little bit Elena on the inner third. I think it's a very pretty shade. This is with a dry brush. Let's try it a little bit with a finger. So I just put on Dose of Colors eyeliner in the waterline, and I kind of smudged it a tiny bit under the lash line and brought it a tiny bit in the corners here. I tight lined with a black liner under my upper lashes. And so for the Dose of Colors eyeliner, I used the shade Dark Roast, which is a kind of a, it's kind of a plummy dark brown, and I thought it really complemented those shadows really well. So, and then while the camera stopped, I re-intensified a tiny bit with the shade Antique, and now I'm putting a little bit of Claret again, that red shade, because I have a feeling we lost it a tiny bit when I put Crest here. Just a tiny bit, once again, in a very subtle way, right there. Really love that shade. I think it's so pretty. All right, and the inner corner is a bit bright and orangey. I know that. Well, we might do something else. I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Antique, that dark brown, and just smoke out the lower lash line a tiny bit more. And I'm aware this is probably not super easy to wear for some people, so sorry. I guess I couldn't help myself. Okay, I'm gonna put on some mascara and I'll see if I change the inner corner or not. Alright, and that is the final look. I'm aware it's a bit more dairy. It's a little bit more intense than everyday look, but still I think you can rock these warm shades. It's very beautiful. I think it's very pretty for fall, and it was actually pretty easy to realize, you know, to create. It will look good, it will look beautiful on blue eyes. I think it will look very beautiful on every eye color. Like a nice brown eye can wear that. I have hazel eyes, so I have a bit of brown and green in my eyes, and I think it looks really nice. I really like how all these shades worked together, paired together. The shade Pure was very pretty on its own. I like to intensify it a tiny bit in the outer corner with the shade Antique, but then all these shades, they worked really well together. I added a tiny bit of the shade Queen in the inner corner just to make the transition between my skin color and the orangey color a little bit softer, and I think it worked out perfectly. I really liked how the Dose of Colors eye pencil, the eyeliner, the shade Dark Roast worked with those colors. It has that little plummy undertone that complements very well those orangey colors. I'm gonna zoom you in a tiny bit more. Everything blended really well. As per usual, I'm now starting to know the palette really well because I've been using it non-stop since I got it. So yeah, I really like the look. I really like the look. Super pretty. Once again, I'm super impressed with the Metropolis palette. I think this is starting to become one of my favorite Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, if not my favorite. You can create so many looks. If you watch the first video with the free bold looks, like more like colorful looks, and these looks, I hope it gives you an idea of what you can create. You'll probably see that little guy again on my channel. I'll use it on a Get Ready With Me. Let me know down below what kind of colors you want me to use if I do that. I'm aware I haven't used like a lot of golds, which is surprising because I love gold shades. So maybe we'll do like a night out Get Ready With Me, or you'll see that eyeshadow palette often on my channel. You can use it like for a cool like Thanksgiving eye look, or even Christmas, like the holidays, like that. I think this will be a beautiful palette to use. I hope this was helpful, that it was somehow inspiring, and that it helped you maybe to see how you can create more subtle and less subtle looks. And yeah, let me know down below. I'm aware, once again, this is a little bit more intense, but I still think it would look really pretty for a fall look. Let me know. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, ring on the little bell right here so you don't miss out. Once again, I would love for you to follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.